Hello and welcome back to game 2. We'll be on the play. Well, our hand has 2 removal spells and land. I wish it had some card drawing, but we can't get everything all the time. So we're going to keep this because it should be able to fight his early game pretty well. And we're going to hope we draw into reasonable spells. So, leading with a mountain here to represent Lightning Bolt. And our opponent mauls to 6. Alright. Opponent keeps at 6. We're opening with mountain and passing. So, we're going to firebolt his 1-drop unless it's a 1 toughness creature. And then we'll try and get value out of our seismic shudder. Alright, it's a conscripts. So we're in all likelihood firebolting this. Yep. And we're playing another mana here to continue the representing Lightning Bolt. If we play the island here, there's no reason or no way we can clearly represent Lightning Bolt anymore. But by playing this mountain, we can. Plus, we're never going to need double blue on turn 3 for any spell in our deck. So, alright, so that guy's a good spell against us. And we drew a good spell against him. So here we're going to ship back and try and get value for our cards in our hand. Because that's the way we're winning this game, is by getting maximum value from our 2 cards. Our 2 spells. Good draws for me. I would really like to draw Mystical Teachings. Mulldrifter's not so bad either. Alright, so he paid the upkeep on the War Marshal, so he probably doesn't have a whole lot to do, or he just doesn't want to overextend into removal spell effects. So here we can Cloudpost or not. We have enough lands to where, like, if we draw a Mulldrifter next turn, we can play it anyways, and this Cloudpost is kind of irrelevant at this point. So we're just going to run out the island, and we're going to Serrated Arrows. We can play Cloudpost at any point in our curve, so it doesn't actually matter. And it's not like we're under a tremendous amount of pressure, where if not playing the Cloudpost means we'd lose because we can't play Glimmerpost to gain Warmer Life. We have a bunch of turns coming up in this game, so we'll be able to stick the Cloudpost and still get value from Glimmerpost later. So we're going to take the damage here. We really want to save this for cards that we need to reduce to get value out of this. And hopefully he plays like a 2-2 here or something, Mog Flunkies. That's not what I want to see. Alright, so end of turn we're going to shoot this thing. Get it down to a 2-2. And another reasonable draw too would be like a Capsize here at this point. Not land. We don't want more land. This is kind of bad for us. So we're going to pass back the turn here and arrows the Flunkies if he swings. And try and extract value that way. I guess our best situation is if he Bushwhackers here. And we get to get value out of his Bushwhacker, but it's not happening, so he's going into combat. If we cast this, he can't attack with Mog Flunkies, but there's no reason to cast our Seismic Shudder yet. We're going to hold on to it. We need to get more value from it since it's the only spell in our hand here. Going to get the Flunkies down to a 1-1. If we were at a lower life total, Seismic Shudder would be being cast there, but we're going to 13. That's not so bad. If we were going down to, say, like, if we were at 10 or something, we could do it. Alright, so that's kind of annoying. So, here we have a decision. We can arrows the Flunkies and then flashback Firebolt killing him at Flunkies and still only take 3. Unless he has a Bushwhacker. If he has a Bushwhacker, we take 8 and go to 5. The other option is to just cast Prophetic Prism and see what comes out of it. And if we go Prism this turn, we can also Seismic Shudder when he attacks. And that way he won't when he goes to declare attackers, and that way Flunkies wouldn't be able to attack. and then we'd have another turn to deal with it, another turn to keep our arrows around in case we drew capsize and things like that. So I actually like that play better because it protects us from Goblin Bushwhacker more. And we draw a spell, which is always welcome. So we're going to pass the turn here, and that's our game plan. At the beginning of his declare attackers, we're going to Seismic Shudder. Do we have a stop on Beacon Gambit? Yes, we do. Okay. So far so good. I'm sure he's been playing around it and expects it, but at this point we kind of need to pull the trigger on it. Because we just don't want to take 6 damage here and go to 7. He has 6 cards in hand, so there's likely some amount of burn and things like that that will just get us, so we don't want that to happen to us. Man, these War Marshals are tough. Alright, it's not only the fact that War Marshals, that they're tough, like he has 5 spells in his hand too, so we have to beat this War Marshal plus the other 5 cards, which is kind of gross. So, we're going to go into our turn and see what we draw, and in all likelihood we are arrowsing the flunkies and then flashing back Firebolt, but we're not actually doing that now because we have Lightning Bolt. So, this way we can Alchemy, and then Lightning Bolt the flunkies if need be. So we're going to do that. Actually, no reason to play the swamp, so we're just going to run out the mountain here. And pass. So when he goes into combat, we're going to bolt the Bog Flunkies. And he's paying Echo of his War Marshal. So hopefully Alchemy will find us something good, but no matter what, we're still bolting the flunkies regardless. So like that doesn't change our play. And then we wouldn't, if we forbidden Alchemy into like another Lightning Bolt or something, we don't want to bolt any of these guys. So we can take 3 here and go to 10.